Okay. Good afternoon, Harlem and Harlems of the world. I am Terry Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And as many of you know, we are a new media platform. We started at the onset of COVID, just jumped right in the deep water to assure that the community was informed, particularly when people were walking around Harlem and saying, COVID, I can't get it because I'm Black. And the reason they were saying that is because they did not see their selves. So we definitely have a news and information desert here in Harlem and many of the Harlem communities. So it's really important that we, advise people of what's happening. Knowledge is power, and that's where we stand. I'm not going to belabor the point. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, HarlemNetworkNews.com, Clubhouse, and soon to live stream and public access to assure that more people can connect. I am here today with the Honorable Jotaka Eaddy, and I will let her speak for herself. She is the founder of Win with Black Women, also the Full Circle, and she'll break it down, tell you, who she is, and a little bit about what's going on. The reason it was important to bring on Jotaka Eaddy today is because Win with Black Women has done a lot in terms of initiatives to bring Brittney Griner home. So we want to address those issues and find out if there are any backstories so that we can all be informed. Welcome, Jotaka. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It's always great to join the Harlem News Network.
Okay. Well, thank you. So tell us a little bit about Win with Black Women and what that organization is and your other organization and some of the initiatives prior to bring Brittney Griner home that Win with Black Women has been successful in putting into action. Thank you.
Well, Win with Black Women, we are a network of Black women leaders. We are a network of nearly 4,000 Black women now. We launched in August of 2020, really around our shared goal to speak out against racism and sexism in the political narrative. We've since expanded our work to bring our collective power together to support very monumental and historical moments, such as helping to elect the first Black woman to become vice president of the United States.
All right.
We'll take president too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. You heard it first on Harlem Network News.
But also working to advocate for Black women and have very pivotal roles in the
Okay. Thank you. Your volume is a little bit low. We're here with Jotaka Eaddy.
Okay. There we go.
All right. Okay. We're back at it.
Yes, we're back at it. But for Black women to have very pivotal roles in the Biden-Harris administration, and we are so proud to have a cabinet secretary, Marshall Fudge, and to have economic advisor at the cabinet level of Dr. CeCe Rouse, to have Ambassador Ambassador Linda Green, and to have other key Black women that are in pivotal cabinet level positions, but also at the federal judiciary bench. We know that this administration has put into place and confirmed more Black women to the federal bench than any other administration previously, including the confirmation of the first Black woman to become a U.S. Supreme Court justice. So Win with Black Women, we work in partnership with Black women-led organizations to really fuel the collective platforms, expertise, and brilliance of Black women for these issues. Our work is not just political in that we do advocate around the image and the collective agenda of Black women. So we're super excited about the work that we do around Black women in film and entertainment, which leads us to the work that we have been doing with the WNBA Players Association, which is led by Black woman Terry Jackson, in the work to advocate for our sister Brittney Griner, who actually joined Win with Black Women in one of our campaigns in September of 2020. So she is very much one of us. And so it's been important for us to stand in solidarity with Brittney Griner, to support this administration's efforts to negotiate with the Russian authorities in an effort to help bring Brittney Griner home. And we're going to continue to do that work.
Okay, so just based on the other initiatives like electing Vice President Kamala Harris, you know, the letter, the initiative with our Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. So this was the formula that came, you know, to just say, okay, what can we do with Brittney Griner? Now, what has this success been? I know that there was a letter, many signatures. I don't know if you were able to have some meetings with higher ups in the Biden administration. What happened with that? And where are we with it now? Because we're just coming off of the verdict of what I believe is 9 years.
Yes, so we back in July the 5th, Win with Black Women, we coordinated a letter with more than 1,150 Black women from across various sectors across the country. We had signatures ranging from Anika Nani Rose to Miss Tina Knowles, in addition to political leaders, Dr. Hazelyn Dukes, who lives in Harlem, New York.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mignon Moore, Dr. Bernice King, and just so many coaches, Coach Don Staley, players in the WNBA. It was a wide range, business leaders such as Deborah Lee. There was a wide range of leaders who signed on to that letter. Following that letter, we were very pleased to see that the president logged a call into Brittney's wife, and it became very public what we know the administration was doing. But you know, that is when he made a very public statement to focus and to continue to highlight this effort. Since then, we know that Brittney's trial, or one part of her trial, concluded. And while not unexpected, we saw a 9-year sentence. We think that sentence is inhumane. It's a bit outrageous, but this is the
Right.
Russian courts. This is kind of what we could expect. Our goal and hope now is that the Russians will pay attention and take very serious the deal that President Biden, Vice President Harris, and this administration has put on the table. We don't know the details of that, and quite frankly, we probably may never know the details. But what we do know is that there is a deal on the table, and Black women have been advocating to this administration. In our letter, urged them to make a deal. This administration is now doing that, and we hope that the Russian government will understand. In Brittney's own words, Brittney said she never meant to make a mistake. She never meant to break the law, and we hope that there can be compassion and grace for Brittney. We believe certainly that 9 years is quite drastic, and that the Russian government will take serious the offer that the United States has put on the table, and make a deal so that Brittney can come home to her family, her teammates, and back in America where she belongs.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. What is, you know, I mean, obviously this is an opinion, but our understanding of the deal that was put on the table was to trade someone who is Russian, who is here, who was doing like gun trafficking, and to do that trade for Brittney Griner. And also there's another American over there, Paul Weiner. What are thoughts on that in terms of bundling Brittney with what her, you know, crime and sentences is, but versus bundling it with Weiner? You know, what are the thoughts?
Yeah, you know, certainly, you know, we don't know the details of
Yes.
of what's being negotiated. What we do know is that, Mr. Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner are classified by the U.S. government as wrongfully detained. I think that there are efforts by the U.S. government to bring wrongfully detained Americans home. I think that, it's important to understand that these negotiations are indeed private, but, I think that what we have been saying is that it's important for there to be a trade and a deal. And the U.S. government, I trust, has the capabilities and the understanding to know what they are negotiating. And I really don't have any comments on that. I do applaud this administration for putting forth a deal and being very clear and very consistent with the Russian government that they are ready to negotiate to bring Brittney and Paul Whelan home.
Okay. Yeah. And I think it's also not the norm that even the talk of a deal like this is being made public on national television, and I guess this is Harlem Network News. I'm Terry Wisdom. I'm here with Jotaka Eaddy, the founder of Win with Black Women. And we are discussing bringing Brittney Griner home, bringing BG home, and the fact that do you think it's harmful or is it helpful for the public, knowledge that this is in motion? Even though we don't.
Well, I think it's important for American voters to know that this president and this vice president is doing what it can and everything that they can to help bring Brittney and Paul Whelan home. Of course, Russia has its comments. Russia is going to be Russia. It's Russia.
Right.
And I think it's just important for the American people to understand that we should continue to lift up Brittney's name, that we continue to stand in solidarity with her so that she is not forgotten. I believe the administration hears the American people. Let's think about it. There's been letters by civil and human rights leaders of all the major organizations. There has been a petition with more than 300,000 supporters who have signed this petition. She not only has supporters here in the US, but worldwide and even in Russia. Let's not forget that Brittney is a Russian champion. She is someone who's been playing there for many, many years, and she is beloved by the Russian people as well as the people of the United States. So I think that there is a need for compassion. There's a need for grace. And most importantly, Win with Black Women is committed to lifting up her name, standing in solidarity, praying for her and supporting her, and doing everything that we can to help ensure that Brittney gets home because that's where she belongs.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Jotaka. Certainly, we continue to lift up her name, to say her name. And in the scope of all of the things that are happening to people of color, everything that has happened with George Floyd and, just people being incarcerated or, murdered, assassinated. I guess it gives us even more attention to this Brittney Griner situation because she is a Black woman, she is a star, in her own right. But obviously, right now, this has not had a lot of bearing except worldwide exposure. She's still, for all intents and purposes, incarcerated for a really long time. So, that is something to look at. And here at Harlem Network News with our community, we have also started an initiative, which is on our Facebook or Instagram, to go and sign a petition. Our open letter is directly to President Putin, which I don't think can hurt, just in terms of the history of Black people in America and the fact that, back in the 30s or so, Paul Robeson, the W.E.B. Du Bois, we are an oppressed people in this country. So, we had the thought with some of the clergy and stakeholders, not government officials, that perhaps appealing directly to President Putin in that manner could be of assistance. And, I don't think anything can be harmful. It's a matter of us just all trying to give our support the way we can. And we know that in the past, like a Jesse Jackson has been able to go over and bring somebody home. So a delegation of ministers, we're also concerned. We know how she's doing, how she's faring. Do we have communication channels, or how is that going, if you know?
Well, we did see, and it was widely circulated, BG did make a statement, and we heard from her. She was very clear in reiterating that she did not intend to break the law, and that she hopes that there is compassion for her by the Russian government and Russian courts. If you could imagine, this is hard for her family, her teammates. 9 years, that's a long time. That's a long time. And so it's important for us to make sure that we're lifting her up, that we are praying for Brittney, because, I think that anyone in her situation would want to know that there's someone out there that is, at the very least standing in the gap. I know I certainly want someone to be praying for me and advocating for me and not forgetting me. And that's what we are committed to doing, because as you said, she is a Black woman. She's one of us. She's an American, and she deserves the very best of this country. And that is our goal, is to make sure that we don't forget her, that we keep advocating for her, and that we're going to do that until she's home, where we are able to celebrate BG being home.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time. I know you got a super busy schedule, but I thought, because of all the initiatives, and certainly I'm a member of Win with Black Women, but I thought it was really important, just because the Win with Black Women initiative coordinating with the WNBA. And also we know that there was an interview with you on, I guess, MSNBC, talking about what you've been doing. And I think, as you said, us continuing to say her name, us being relentless in everything that we can do, petitions, letters, it makes a difference. I think it makes a difference to the government here in America to know that we're serious and we matter, and they're going to ride for us and Brittney Griner, and also for the Russian government to understand the magnitude of what this is. As you said, it's a Black woman. She is someone who has served, as an Olympian here. She has served there. So it's a very critical situation. And, her infraction is different than some other infractions. So, here we are, here we stand. So
well, thank you so much. It's always great to join you.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, great.
I will see you all soon. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Have a blessed and prosperous day, and we appreciate you, and Win with Black Women all day long. And Harlem Network News, please go and sign our petition, do what you can. And quickly, what are next steps? Are there any more petitions, meetings coming out, just quickly as we close out?
Absolutely. We encourage people to follow the hashtag Win with Black Women. We encourage people to follow the hashtag We Are BG. We encourage everyone to visit our website at www.winwithblackwomen.org. We'll be posting more information, but we will continue to encourage people to lift up her name, to support her, and we will be sharing our next set of actions in coordination with the WNBA Players Association.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Jotaka. And if you have further questions, Terry Wisdom, Harlem Network News, you can call us 646-261-5397 or at harlemnetworknews.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, stay strong and bring Brittney Griner home. Bring
Absolutely.
Bring our sister home. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.